Well, of course, there are certain questions that have fascinated humankind forever, I think, really. One of them is what makes us who we are. And one of them is what happens when we die. Because whether we like it or not, we're all on a trajectory. I'm the doctor who tries to prevent people from dying, and I know I'm going to die one day. I see myself one day being that patient with another doctor like myself taking care of me, knowing that the time has come to go. So it's an important question because we need to know what happens to us. Going through the science of it, we don't have all the answers today, but I think we've made enormous strides to answer the question of what happens when we die. We have to remember that when death is a process, okay, and just because a person has died and they've been given a time of death declared and essentially, called a corpse, the cells inside the person's body have not have not become so damaged that we can't bring them back. So as science has progressed, we are now able to manipulate those processes for hours after death and bring back a whole person and study their consciousness during that time, which was impossible until very recently, right? And so the incredible discovery through this is, one is that we can bring back people and send them home. We can really have the miracle of science, take someone who's dead and make them alive again, which is amazing. But the other amazing part of this, and this is why I'm so fascinated by this, is that we can study what people experience when they've gone beyond death. And the evidence so far suggests that that entity we call the human mind, consciousness, what the Greeks called the psyche that was later translated into the soul, the me, Sam, does not become annihilated just after a person has died, even if we write them a death note and certify them as being dead. That entity continues. And it continues even when the brain does not seem to be functioning, raising the question that consciousness may be a separate entity from the brain. It's not magical, it's just not discovered yet, but it doesn't die. Now, I can't tell you what happens 3 hours, 4 hours, 10 hours after a person has died. I can't tell you whether consciousness gradually fades away and disappears into thin air, as some people might believe, or does it continue for ever longer periods of time. Certainly, the bodily functions, bodily cells will die with time. There's no doubt about that. Now you have to make your own conclusions. I don't have evidence beyond that, which is one of two ways. One is that you may say, well, okay, I'm going to accept that consciousness may continue for a few hours after death in some format and gradually wither away. Or you may also argue that, well, if consciousness was able to continue when the brain was not functioning, why would it suddenly disappear away a few hours later? Because don't forget, even 10 minutes after you've died, even 30 seconds after you've died, your brain does not function anymore.